Now, the IEC will today sign an Electoral Code of Conduct with parties ahead of the local government elections. And as you saw earlier, our reporter Natasha Phiri and Yolisa and Jamela, they out there for us and just taking a look at proceedings in the build-up before the parties, of course, and proceedings get underway at 10 a.m. So, Natasha, just tell us a little bit more. I suppose things coming to life right about now. So what's happening there?
Well, definitely, Sakina. Good morning to you once again. Of course, the stage is all set up as we're 1 hour and around 30 minutes away from those proceedings. I'll just ask my colleague, Eugene Mashudu, to actually show you what's actually behind us. Of course, as customary, whenever political parties will be signing the IEC's Electoral Code of Conduct, Sakina, normally, they have flags set up close to where their party representatives will be sitting. And of course, you see numerous flags of various political parties who are represented in the National Assembly. But I also see one interesting flag there at the back, which is of Action SA. And of course, you know that there was some controversy yesterday when, some of the candidate nominations, specifically speaking to those, the Gauteng list, Action SA members were not on the list. And of course, we will be speaking to an IEC official as well as Michael Bowman, who's the national chairperson of Action SA, to actually clarify the issue as to what actually happened. Because according to the party's leader, Mr. Herman Mashaba, he says that his party submitted all their candidate lists or candidate nomination forms of their candidates on time. So expect them to actually speak to that. But like I said, Sakina, various political parties there that are represented in the National Assembly will be signing their pledges. Unfortunately, they could not accommodate all the candidates due to COVID-19 protocols. So those independent candidates and the remaining political party leaders that will be contesting these elections will be heading to the IEC's offices to actually sign their pledge. And of course, just speaking to some IEC officials 2 days ago, Mr. Simon Mabula had confirmed that around 325 political parties will be contesting in this year's election, and that actually totals a sum of 90,000 candidates that will be taking place in the 6th edition of, these municipal elections, Sakina. It's quite an interesting process because we know that later on throughout today's proceedings, the Commission will also be hosting a public draw that will determine the order of contesting parties on the various ballot papers. You would know in time past, a lot of people would confuse the AIC colours with the ANC colours. So, of course, that ballot, the public draw will be happening later on. But of course, we will be giving you live coverage at 9 o'clock. My colleague Yolisa and Jamela will be speaking to the IEC spokesperson, Kate Bapela, and I will be speaking to the chairperson, the national chairperson of Action SA, Mr. Michael Bowman. So do stay tuned to SABC News Channel 404 as we bring you the latest in regards to these proceedings. Back to you in studio.
Well, thanks so much, Natasha. And of course, 10 o'clock this morning is when that particular event will kick off.